Hello, welcome to Perforce Gaming. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 6 British heavy tank called the TOG II. This is a premium tank. I think it was about 3,500 gold, which is the equivalent of about £10. Or either way, you've got to kind of buy the £16 gold package to actually be able to purchase this, unless you've already got some spare gold at hand and you only have to buy one of the smaller packs of gold. But either way, I would actually say it's quite a fun tank. It's probably not the best tank, and I will say now that we do lose this game, unfortunately. One of the strange things about this tank is I usually find that any game I do well in with the TOG, I always lose. Any game that I literally do absolutely nothing in because everyone leaves me behind, and we always seem to manage to win those. So in some way it's kind of a bit unlucky as a tank. I know there's kind of a stigma attached to it. Some of the people in the team chat will say, oh great, you've got 2 TOGs or something, for example. So yes, I am playing with Wigan in this game. This isn't a live game, just to say this is replay if you hadn't already noticed. And I do actually do reasonably well, and I must say actually quite a lot of the time I will get quite a few kills in the game. Granted, most of the time, because the TOG's so slow to get to the battlefield, most of the tanks that I'm shooting at are already quite badly damaged, so I'm not like particularly doing 1v1 battles a lot of the time. But yeah, it is pretty good. I do like it as a tank. It's quite fun. It does like bring up the laughs in the game, which is quite good. And just whilst we're at it, this is obviously quite slow at this moment in time because TOGs are very slow, and you can see already quite a lot of our teams already been wiped out before we've even really got to the battle. So we did take our first shot then, but we didn't hit them because I think they were a bit kind of like hidden away there. But I will tell you a quick fact just whilst we wait. The TOG II, and if you're wondering what the star means, this is the fact here. The asterisk after the 2 essentially means it's got a torsion bar suspension. There were TOGs made without torsion bar suspension originally, and they were just the TOG II, so this is the TOG II star in the game, which essentially means that it has torsion bar suspension. And if you ask me what that is, I don't 100% know, so I won't go into the details, but I'm sure you can search it up. It's just like a more effective type of suspension, which was like kind of better out for better traverse, just generally like less likely to break and so on. I'm not sure what it kind of was made up on, and you can see at this point it's kind of struggling. Most of our team's dead, over half. In fact I think it is half of our team, so I do bounce a shot there. And going on to the armor point of view, the armor's not actually that good, although sometimes you do get some funny bounces. You're never going to bounce a KV-1S with the 122. If they've got that, you're going to take the hit, and even with this amount of health, it is kind of like annoying when you do get hit by KV-1Ss, because it only takes like a few shots here and there, about 4 roughly I'd say, and you're kind of out of action. So KV-1S is still quite a big threat because you're not going to bounce that, although occasionally you probably can if you're lucky. And again, typical stuff, if you angle it you're kind of more likely to bounce, but it is generally quite weak, I would say. Sidearm, especially the side, is just flat. It's track slow, track HP is pretty good, so it's quite hard to get tracked. Of course RT shooting you is going to take it out, but apart from that, getting track's actually quite tricky because they're quite nicely covered. Though obviously the sides are so kind of undefended and completely flat, so pretty much anything goes through there. Because obviously all the crew are in there, sometimes get quite a lot of crew damage, because you've got the hatch at the side there, so if that gets hit, generally I think it's either the commander or driver gets knocked out. The turret though, I think the turret frontal armor is about 100 and something, which again it is flat, so pretty much anything at this tier will go through it. Lower tiers however might struggle to actually penetrate your armor, which is quite nice, especially if it's angled as well. So yeah, typical kind of rules apply. If you angle it right, you're going to get some bounces, because at the end of the day you have got this front panel here which is quite nicely sloped, so if you angle that as well, quite good. But you can see there are a few weak spots already, quite a few. You've got that little hole there which I'm assuming is a weak spot. You've got the little machine pot there which again is quite a big weak spot, and you've got the little hatch there which I think probably that's the one that probably takes out the driver. So it's kind of is quite weak in terms of armor overall. Top of the turret again, you've probably got observation devices up there, pretty hard to hit though, so quite small, but there seems to be quite a few little blocks up there which I'm assuming are some sort of modules that can be taken out somewhat. And you can see this is a relatively slow game considering how long considering how many of our tanks were taken out. It's kind of, we managed to string it over a long period of time, surprisingly. And this is where it kind of gets more fun for me in the TOG. So you can see so far we've got one kill, which was essentially just one shot to kill them because I'm on low health. And I think this is a KV-1S. Yeah, this is a KV-1S on 4 kills. So these platooned, they're not platooned together actually. I think they both were originally, so we had 2 KV-1S platoons, which probably didn't help our cause. But yeah, basically 2 KV-1Ss are doing incredibly well up here, 8 and 4 kills, they're pretty good, working quite nicely together. So we take out that guy, and you can probably tell at this point one TOG's not really going to be able to do much at this point, so we have got RT shooting at us as well. But that's 2 kills. You can see quite a few of these tanks being softened up a bit, and they've taken quite a bit of damage there. But you can see at this point we've got like RT shooting at me, all sorts of stuff going on. The whole tank's riddled with like bullet marks and penetration, so taking quite a bit of damage, but it does hold up because it has got a lot of health. And we've now got 3 kills, which is not actually that abnormal for me in the TOG II. Okay, sometimes I don't really get that many kills, but most of the time I do get at least one, so surprisingly it actually is pretty good. But see, we did a bit more damage there, but he took us out. But there you go, that is the TOG II. And I hope you did enjoy the video today, guys. We'll try and get more out this week. I know Thursday is my results day, so depending on what mood I'm in, of course, I may or may not be uploading. But again, at the same time, I probably won't be because we'll be celebrating or I'll be in a bad mood. So either way, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy the video, and remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.